The life story of the Buddha. Early life of Siddhartha Gautama. Siddhartha Gautama, later known as the Buddha, was born around 563 BCE in Lumbini, a region in modern-day Nepal. He was born into a royal family as the son of King Suddhodana and Queen Maya of the Shakya clan. Before we proceed, please like, comment and subscribe to help us with the YouTube algorithm. Legend says that Queen Maya dreamt of a white elephant entering her womb before Siddhartha's birth, signifying the arrival of a great being. At his birth, a sage predicted Siddhartha would either become a great king or a spiritual teacher who would transform the world. His father, hoping to ensure his son became a king, shielded him from the hardships of life and surrounded him with luxury in the palace, the four sights and renunciation. Despite his father's efforts, Siddhartha grew curious about life beyond the palace walls. At the age of 29, during a chariot ride, he encountered the four sights: an old man, a sick man, a corpse, and a wandering ascetic. These sights revealed to him the realities of suffering, impermanence, and the spiritual quest. Profoundly moved, Siddhartha left his wife Yasodhara and their newborn son Rahula to seek enlightenment, renouncing his princely life in what is known as the Great Renunciation. The quest for enlightenment, Siddhartha began his spiritual journey by studying with renowned teachers and practicing asceticism. For 6 years, he practiced extreme self-denial, believing that mortification of the body would lead to liberation. He fasted to the brink of death, yet enlightenment eluded him. Realizing the futility of such extremes, he embraced the middle way, a path of moderation between indulgence and self-denial. This insight marked a turning point in his journey: enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. Siddhartha eventually arrived at Bodh Gaya, where he resolved to meditate beneath a Bodhi tree until he attained enlightenment. He faced many challenges, including the temptations and attacks of Mara, the god of desire and death. Mara tried to dissuade Siddhartha with fear, doubt, and sensual distractions, but Siddhartha remained steadfast. After a night of deep meditation, he attained enlightenment and became the Buddha, the awakened one. He realized the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, which form the foundation of Buddhism. The Buddha's teachings. Following his enlightenment, the Buddha began teaching the Dharma, the truth, to others. His first sermon, delivered at the Deer Park in Sanath, is known as the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, turning the wheel of Dharma. In it, he outlined the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, explaining the nature of suffering, dukkha, its cause, its cessation, and the path to liberation. The Buddha emphasized compassion, mindfulness, and the impermanence of all things. Miracles of the Buddha. Throughout his life, the Buddha was said to have performed numerous miracles, not as displays of power, but as means to inspire faith and compassion. One well-known miracle is the twin miracle, Yamakapatera, where he emitted flames from one side of his body and streams of water from the other. Another miracle involved calming a rampaging elephant, Nalagiri, through his loving kindness. These miracles demonstrated the transformative power of wisdom and compassion. Building the Sangha. The Buddha established the Sangha, a community of monks and nuns dedicated to the practice of his teachings. He welcomed people from all walks of life, regardless of caste, gender, or background. Among his most prominent disciples were Sariputta, known for his wisdom, and Maudgalyayana, known for his supernatural abilities. The Buddha's egalitarian approach and emphasis on personal practice over ritualistic observance made Buddhism accessible to a wide audience. Quotes from the Buddha. The Buddha's teachings are filled with profound insights that continue to inspire millions. Some of his most famous quotes include, "Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. Health is the greatest gift. Contentment, the greatest wealth. Faithfulness, the best relationship. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. the final years, and Parinirvana. In his later years, the Buddha continued teaching and traveling, spreading the Dharma far and wide. At the age of 80, he fell seriously ill after eating a meal offered by a blacksmith named Kunda. Knowing his end was near, the Buddha gave his final teachings, emphasizing the impermanence of all things and urging his disciples to diligently practice the Dharma. He passed away in Kushinagar, achieving Parinirvana, the final liberation from the cycle of birth and death. Legacy of the Buddha. The Buddha's teachings gave rise to one of the world's major religions, Buddhism, which spread across Asia and beyond. His life serves as a model of compassion, wisdom, and perseverance. The principles he articulated, such as the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, and the emphasis on mindfulness and ethical conduct, continue to guide countless individuals on their spiritual journeys. The Buddha's death was not an end, but a continuation of his legacy, as his teachings remain a timeless beacon for those seeking freedom from suffering.